going to show you how to set up these horizontal maglevs so that you can get them balanced with as little frustration as possible. It's really pretty simple. There's just a couple of small tips that I think make it a ton easier. So first, you use a ruler and you mark the halfway point between the magnets, right? And then it doesn't hurt. In fact, I find it very useful to use a square to draw the line. Making a halfway from here to here with the ruler is also useful. So this is just a guideline because the two side magnets are never exactly the same strength, and so one side may pull a little more than the other. But once we have that line down, we can put a piece on there, and it's just near the center line. Just close, like within 3-4 millimeters. You also want to cover up these magnets, side magnets, with something like Post-it notes, deck of cards, paperback books if you have the Bull and Bear, because those magnets are massive. All right, so once that's done, I'll use a sort of an entry-level magnet. I can just sort of take it and put it up against that one. Now notice I'm holding it in such a way that it's sort of just sitting in my hand, and I'm just letting it go down like that. So now I know where it's willing to go by itself, right? If I had put this just a little bit closer to the middle, it would have jumped over and it just wouldn't stick. And if I go real far that way, if I go too far that way, it'll start dropping. You see how it's changing an angle? Right about here. I can take one of my other and I can position it. This one, I'm using this because it's sort of shaped like the Bull and Bear in the front there. And I'm going to move this sort of in until it sticks to that one. Okay. Now, I still have to be careful. Sometimes when I pull this away, that will fly off because there's no resistance anymore if it's real sensitive, real close to center. Now I can put this one on here. And now I know exactly where to position it, because the magnet is sort of chosen that location. I can tell where the magnetic field is strongest. Now, pay attention to how I'm moving this. I can pinch it, and I can sort of pivot my fingers forward like that. And it's sort of like rowing a boat. Let the tips of your fingers sort of touch the bottom, and then I've got so much more precision there. Think about it like it makes it easy the way that resting your hand on the table is easier when you're trying to write. Imagine trying to write without your hand on the table, just from your elbow or from your shoulder. The closer you can get to that brace to the thing you're moving, the more precise you can move it. Save the ring, the big ring, until you've got the others down pat. This one is not going to be easier. It's just going to be more challenging, but it's really cool once it gets going. But you'll just end up breaking it. So it's better to wait and practice with the smaller ones and build